you were in a show where y'all were giving props to chicks G in the system and paying $40 rent. So basically, what you're saying is the black man who has to pay the full amount of rent with no help from anybody that gets evicted is a loser. But the black woman who's getting help from the government and only has to pay $40 rent is winning. That's what you're saying? Now, I don't know. Maybe I've been drinking a lot tonight. Maybe I'm a little fucked up. But let me ask you guys here in the chat room. Does that sound right? Does that sound right? Does that sound right? So in your mind, the nigga that has to pay full rent because he's not getting no help from nobody, and he gets evicted because of his situation, he's a fucking loser and a dummy. But the black woman that's getting Section 8 and only has to pay $40 rent, she's intelligent and she's winning. I never thought I would see the day when dudes in this space would be shaming black men for not being able to get help from the government while simultaneously glorifying black women who use the government and take advantage of taxpayer money to fund their ignorant strag lifestyle. I never thought that would happen, bro. I never thought that would happen. Like I never thought that would fucking happen. I never thought that would happen. I never thought that would happen. And by the way, dude, don't come in here trying to run your mouth. The fact that people actually listen to your mentally challenged ass is hilarious to me. Because anybody that look at any video you do can tell something's wrong with you mentally. We know you're on the spectrum. And what you don't get is the only reason why niggas is amused by it is not because they like you, but simply because they hate me. Now, as far as that crib, I've told that story numerous times. I've told that story numerous times. There was an old man who had a house in Virginia, and in that part of Virginia, none of the rent is high. I convinced that old man to let me rent the house for $300 a month. The only reason why he let me rent the house for $300 a month is because in return for only renting it to me for $300 a month, I told him I would make the repairs and fix the stuff that was wrong with it. Because when I first got to the house, it needed a lot of repairs because the dude that owned it was an old man and he couldn't do the repairs. Now, while I was living in the house, I paid the rent, but at one point, I needed to get a job, right? Because I wasn't really working. I was getting my money how I was getting my money. So came down here to Raleigh, stayed with my pops, and worked here at Colony Tire. And I would send money back up to my kid's mother. And for 3 months, she didn't pay the rent. 3 months. Rent was 3 months behind, even though the money was in the house to pay the shit. So when I came back, he calls me on the phone angry because he ain't got his rent money in 3 months. I said, well, look, she was supposed to bring it to you. She didn't bring it to you because she wasn't driving at the time. I said, she was supposed to bring it. She didn't bring it. But it's all good because I got the money. And I'll bring it to you. He's like, nah, I don't even want the money now. I just out. Now, really, part of the reason why he did that shit is because I had fixed the fucking house up. And he knew after the house was fixed up, he could charge more. So he didn't want to keep renting it to me for $300 a month. Plus, the not paying him for those 3 months gave him the excuse to evict. You feel me? So he took me to court. I went to court. I said, you know what? I need the bread. I need some more bread to get a crib here in Raleigh. So I need at least one more month to get some more money. So I asked the judge for a continuance. The judge gave me a continuance. Got the rest of the money. When it came time for me to go back to court, by that time, I had a whole other crib down here in Raleigh. So if you're going to tell the story, nigga, tell it right. Tell it right, boy. But see, you ain't never had no evictions. We know that. Because you live with your mama. You ain't never had no evictions. Because you live with your mama. And I know that for a fact. You ain't never had no crib. And you keep fucking with me, I'm going to put your mama's address up here. Stop playing with me, boy. Stop playing with me. You keep playing grimy. I'm about to start playing grimy just like you. Fucking mentally challenged ass nigga. I don't know who's worse, him or the niggas that watch him. You feel me? Nigga talking about some evictions. Like I'm the only motherfucker on planet Earth that's ever been evicted. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. And stop making new accounts to come in my chat room. You're not welcome over here. You're not welcome over here. So stop coming over here. Going back to what I was saying.